Hello, everyone. Good morning and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, June 13th. Ooh, that means it's Chrissy's birthday. Happy birthday, Chrissy! There are some birthdays that you just never forget, and this is one of them. I always wanted a birthday in June. My birthday's in January. And my sister and my mother's birthday is in June. And Father's Day is in June. So every June, we would get giant boxes that would arrive at the house with presents for everyone but me. It was a very exciting time. No, it wasn't. I got combo birthday Christmas presents, and everybody else got presents in June, and I got nothing. So one year, I decided that I wanted my birthday in June. So since my birthday is January 11th, I decided my birthday should be June 11th. And I said, no, you can wait until June. You do not have to give me presents on my birthday. That was the mistake. See, people forgot to give me presents. Well, they decided not to give me presents in January because I told them not to. And then they forgot to give me presents in June. So I got no presents that year at all. I got one card from my mare. Love you, Graham. Because she was the only one who remembered. Yeah, moral of the story, kids. If you decide to have a June birthday, celebrate your January birthday and the June birthday. Tell them next January they can forget your presents. Don't throw yourself on your sword. You're just gonna throw yourself out of presents. No presents. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Tiffany and Kate. Mwah! Tiffany, I just sent you a giant package I have to post about the treasure box level, because I actually went ahead and sent your June and July treasure boxes together. So you're going to get all of it at once. It also got to send priority mail for the same price. So bonus! Yes, so keep it under wraps, all of the swag that you get from SCBWI. But you definitely get all of the swag from Storm Chasing, You or the Superstar. And thank you for... thank you for inspiring me to actually open my eyes and look around and think, what part of this life would I like to take home with me? Because there are so many times when I go do these amazing things and go to amazing conventions and travel all over the world, and I forget to bring things home for myself. But if I have to think that, I need to bring something home for someone else, it will actually occur to me to buy myself a present. Ooh, I brought myself a present yesterday. I shouldn't have. I can't afford it, but don't tell anyone, or, you guys are already on Patreon, and thank you to the new patrons. I've had a few new patrons in the past week, but I want to show you what I bought yesterday. Are you ready? Okay, hold on. See, I was not prepared, and I didn't bring it. There is a store very close to Bianca's house called The Artistic Hand, and Bianca actually sells some of her prints and puff monsters. Spoilers, there are puff monsters at The Artistic Hand. If you want them, go get them. But they also have local artists all over the place, and I wanted to buy a present for my mom. Hello, it's June. Her birthday's coming up. So on the way out, I saw this guy, and I was like, I can't leave the store without him. And you will see why. Are you ready? Is he not the best ever? Look at this guy. He's everything. And he is going to live in my house now, because he just makes me happy. Yeah. Support your local artists, everyone. That's what made me feel good about buying this present for myself that I couldn't really afford. That's okay. He's mine now. He does not have a name. So if you have suggestions for names, I will take suggestions. You know me. I always take suggestions for names these days. My brain doesn't work as well as it used to. And he's hollow, so he could hide something. I could hide a present, or a fancy stone, or a penny, a lucky penny, or something. I don't know. But yes, I love my little guy. He's great. Ralph. I named, when I was in college, was this my second novel? Anyway, the novel I wrote throughout college, because I needed something to do in physics. I wrote most of it in physics class. It was an absurdist novel, and if I told you that it was my Terry Pratchett novel, you would all yell at me and want me to publish it tomorrow. One day when I have someone over here to transcribe all of the crap that I wrote when I was younger, you will get that novel. And then I will actually finish the last couple of chapters. But it was an absurdist novel in which a girl goes to Kalamazoo. That is her journey, is that she needs to go to Kalamazoo. And traveling with her is a fly named Ralph, because you are what you eat. So Ralph always reminds me of the fly in my absurdist novel. Ralph was great, because sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield. I know, publish it anyway. Well, it's not finished. I mean, I know how this is going to end. I actually, before I got on a plane, I had some weird, horrible prophetic dream, and I scribbled down what needed to happen at the end of this book so that, like, you know, Casey could finish it if I died on a plane. Casey could even find it. It's in a giant green Bugs Bunny zipper binder. So I have it. It's all in a 3-ring binder, handwritten. I transcribed some of it onto the little floppy disks, you know, the hard ones. And then when I got my first laptop, I got an adapter and transferred some files from the floppy disks to the laptop. About half of them were corrupted. So I only have about half the transcription of those. Do I have time? No, I don't have time now. This is why I need a live-in assistant, because I have my to-do list. I marked 3 things off my to-do list yesterday. Send out the treasure box, check. Mailed books to Michelle. She's in Salina, Ohio, where they had a bunch of tornadoes and it ruined their library. And so I have sent books to Michelle to help the library in Salina get back to where it was. And, you know, some advanced reader copies, because honestly, teens can read books. They don't care. And signed Little Witch and Wizard for Bianca. Bianca ordered 200 copies of The Little Witch and Wizard. And as I was signing them, I said to her, you know, if I'd been smart, I would have ordered some copies myself, and then we could have sold them online at the store Envy while you're off doing all these conventions. Because, yeah, she's going to make a lot more money selling these at conferences, and I'm not going anywhere. So I'm not making anything. And she said, well, why don't you just take 30 of these? Because 200 is too much and we can always order more, which is totally true. So I have for sale on the store Envy, please tell all your friends, books that are signed by both me and Bianca. Hold on. And because I carry all my fancy pens, Bianca has to sign in all my fancy pens. You know, she doesn't carry fancy pens with her when she does her conferences. So those folks are probably not going to get the fancy orange and green and pink Bianca signature. And of course mine with the fancy stars. But I love how she did like the Cinderella pumpkin. It's fantastic. Oh, that's right. YouTube doesn't flip the video. At least I can't see that it flips the video. Maybe, does it flip? Can you guys read this, or is it backwards? I can't. To me, it's backwards. So anyway, I have 30 of these. Well, I have 27 because 3 have already sold. You may have one. It's on my Store Envy site. We can read it. Oh, fantastic. Yay! Yes, I'm super excited. And also, those of you who ordered one of the earliest printings from Amazon, they screwed it up and printed 3 extra pages. 1, 2, 3 or 4 extra pages in the back. So I kept one of those for myself. You know, obviously I had only ordered a couple just to check out the proof. And those, about, I don't know, 10, 20 of them actually sold. So those folks who get extra pages in the back of your book, bring them to Bianca and she will draw for you a picture. So she asked me who my favorite characters in the book were. And I said the dust bunnies and the jar of eyeballs. So she drew me a whole little bookshelf with dust bunnies and a giant jar of eyeballs. And I love them so much. This is essentially what my bookshelf behind you is, only I don't have a jar full of eyeballs. But trust me, there are dust bunnies. There are very, very many dust bunnies. But that's what she drew for me. And if you are one of the fortunate people who ordered one of the very first printings of Little Witch and Wizard off Amazon, Bianca will draw something special in it for you as well. You can tell her I sent you and blame it on me. I won't put that too far away so I can show people, anybody who pops in later. Oh, good. It automatically flips. Yay. That's good to know because sometimes it's hard for me to read backwards. So yes, I'm so excited because I actually get to write technically today and tomorrow, but I also have an escape pod audiobook that I have to record. Story novelette. It's a long one. So I have to record that. They actually commissioned me before I went storm chasing, and I really need to get on that and turn that in. Kate, if you ever want me to help with Clark's World again, let me know. I'd be happy to do that while I'm home. After, September, I can't promise anything, but this summer, while I'm home for the next 2 months, I'd be happy to lend you a hand if you need it, while I have Blanket Fort Studio at my disposal. I love Blanket Fort Studio. It's fantastic. And I can't spoil it and tell you what story I'm going to do, but I can tell you it's for Escape Pod. So keep your eyes on Escape Pod and you will see an upcoming story read by me. Trust me, it's an awesome one. It may or may not have been nominated for a very special award recently. That's all the hint I'm going to give you. Okay, what else do I have to do? Oh, and then this weekend, right? Because I'm giving myself a couple of days to write. I have to do my next NPR review. Better Than the Best Plan is my next NPR book that I'm going to read and review on NPR. This one comes out June 25th. So this one's coming soon. And then I think Symptom of Heartbreak, which I am super excited about. That one's going to be the next one. And that one I think is July 2nd. So yeah, I have so many books racked up straight through October. I'll need to look at that again probably one more time before I go to Dragon Con and see if I can get any more books lined up. Yeah, super excited. I love this job because I don't read books anymore. I realized that I wasn't reading books anymore and it was very sad. I just don't have time. To me, that's the frivolous free time, like watching TV. Although granted, I will take a break and watch Netflix because it helps with my anxiety. But will I read a book? No, because I'm an idiot. I don't know. And also the library is not finished. So I probably have some anxiety there too. My brother hopefully will be over in the next couple weekends to help me with the library. They've been working his butt off. So he hasn't been coming over on the weekends to help me with my library because he's tired. But I love reading these books for NPR because they are happy. They bring me joy. They're not like 7,000 pages long. And chances are they're probably going to have a happy ever after because it's YA contemporary romance. And I specifically requested that because I needed some joy in my life. So I'm excited about reading this one. I'm also excited about my new tiara. Oops, I forgot to put on my tiara for today. Here's my tiara for today. Bah. Hello, everyone. There are other people in here besides Tiffany and Kate. Say hello so I know who you are. I got a new tiara in. I'm very excited about this, but I'm a little worried that it's going to be one that's hard to wear because see how these have like a headband, right? They've got this nice long piece that can sit in the back that don't have a design on them, and they're very light. This one is a little heavier, and I think it's more top heavy, but it does not have a comb, which I appreciate. The ones with a comb just get stuck in my hair, and it's terrible. Oh, my hair. Isn't my hair amazing? I woke up with this hair today. Of course, now I've had a tiara in it. It's a giant mess, but look, my fabulous hair. I was like, bam, awesome hair. People spend forever trying to get hair to look like this. My hair, if I walked outside, would look like this for 5 more minutes, and then it would go straight in about 30 seconds. So, yep, this one, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This one was fault of a friend because, again, can I afford another tiara? No. Do I need one? No. But a friend sent me this link, and I was like, oh, you terrible enabler, because it's a super good price. and I super want it. But see, this one is fairly heavy, and see how there's very little stem here to use as like a headband. So I suspect I'm going to need to, I don't know, put a ribbon or something on this one so I can anchor it. How am I going to get in here? Where are the scissors? This is why I keep scissors in my little Route 66 cup. Storm chasing. It's all over my house, you guys. It's everywhere. All right. Are you ready? New tiara. Oh, look at that amazing beautifulness. It's gorgeous. It's got flowers and like, yeah, leaves. And it's, gosh, it's green, which I love. Green is my favorite color. And sort of this rusty, beautiful color. Ooh, actually, it sits quite well. That sits really well. It's hard to see, obviously, if you're, we'll raise you up a little bit. Look at that. It actually sits really well. This is a very nice tiara. I got this from Boho something. I like this tiara. It's super crazy pretty. Well, I'm going to wear it to DragonCon, you guys. I just can't go, throw my head around because this crap will fly off my head and injure someone. That would be bad. And I'm not really sure how I could secure it. People are like, oh, use bobby pins. Seriously? Look at this thing. How are you supposed to use a bobby pin with this thing? And put it where? I don't have holes in my head. My hair lays flat. How am I supposed to bobby pin that to my head? So, yeah, those folks that put them in, like Miss America, they have extra fake hair that they're using so that they can wear their beautiful tiaras. Gosh, that's pretty. That's so crazy pretty. Maybe I'll wear that to Sideshow, even if it clashes with my dress. Because, spoilers, my dress is going to be primary colors. That's all I'm going to say. You know it's going to be some version of the Marriott carpet. Marriott carpet will be, it's inspired by the Marriott carpet. We'll just say that. That's so me. Thank you. And thank you, Linda Jean. I think it was Linda Jean who helped me purchase this one. Linda Jean is amazing. She owns, her house is called Goblin Farm. I decided that I was going to pick a tarot card for everyone from the Everyday Witch Tarot. This is my favorite tarot, Deborah Blake's tarot. I love Deborah Blake. Just because I love Deborah Blake didn't mean I was going to fall in love with her tarot. But you guys, this tarot is the best tarot. I love it. And not just because the Tower card looks just like me, but because it is a very optimistic tarot. Even the Tower card, which many feel is the craziest card in the deck. Bye, Tiffany. Have fun at work. Love you. I'll talk to you later. Some people say the Tower card is the scariest card in the deck, but not in this. In this tarot, it makes you think, you have to break eggs to make an omelet. Like, things have to change. Things change in life. Bad things happen, but not always for terrible reasons. I mean, the contest motto I came up with, the worst things happen in the best way possible. It's just, that's the Tower card. Sometimes horrible things happen. How you deal with it, that's you. That is all you. And that's what your future will bring. All right, so are you ready? I have shuffled the cards, and here's our card for the day, everyone. What is it? Woo, 9 of Swords. This is a sad one. Look, she looks very sad. This is a difficult one. To me, just looking at this card, all of that writing is me looking at my writing and not writing. Hey, does that say that to you? Because, man, that says that to me. I need to be writing, but I'm also thinking about everything on my to-do list that's distracting me from writing. So let's see what Deborah has to say about what this 9 of Swords is. Wands, cups, swords. Here we go. 9 of Swords. It's always darkest before the dawn. Actually, it's always coldest before the dawn. It's not darkest before the dawn. It gets lighter when the sun starts to come up. But it's always the coldest right before the sun comes up. Who hasn't had a night like this one? Oh, now granted, I did wake up aching because I spent all day yesterday signing books in a chair of Bianca's that was very uncomfortable. But I did sit on a pillow, so it's not too terrible. This witch is overwhelmed with sadness, and although there is no way for us to tell exactly what she's been obsessing over, whatever it is has clearly been weighing heavily on her mind and heart. In her head, everything seems hopeless, and yet, if she would only stop crying for a moment and look up, she would see that it is the dawn of a brand new day. Anything is possible. She is not as alone as she feels. I'm not alone. I have all you guys and my little live videos. I love chatting with you guys. But yes, it's very hard for me often after storm chasing. I go inside myself and I don't want to leave the house. But it's also probably one of those times where you want to be alone even though you shouldn't be alone. Yeah, that. All of us have times when life seems overwhelming. Our hearts are broken, our spirit is crushed, and it seems like we will always feel this way. If the 9 of Swords is in the past position, oh, well, we just pulled one. So if it's in the present, you want to ask yourself if things are truly as bad as they seem. And maybe they are. Or if letting yourself get caught up in the spiral of self-pity and despair that never gets you anywhere. Yes, I am not caught up in the spiral of self-pity and despair. Perhaps one of you are, and if you are, remember to look up, look outside, take a deep breath. The dawn is out there. We are out there. People are out there, and my life is better with you in it. Always remember that, even when you pick a horrible card and you're having a horrible day. My life is better with you in it, so stick around. I may have a good hair day tomorrow. That's as good a reason as any to wake up tomorrow to see how my hair is going to look. Boom. That's ridiculous. I understand how ridiculous that is. If the 9 of Swords falls in the future position, it is a warning. Pay attention or you will probably end up crying. Ooh, that's a sad card. Here, I talked about how optimistic this tarot deck was, and that was kind of a beware the sadness card. So let us beware the sadness. We will honor the sadness. The sadness exists, but we will not let the sadness defeat us. Never let the sadness defeat us. We are mightier than the sadness. We are definitely louder and crazier than the sadness. So just by virtue of that fact, sadness can't stick around for much longer. Ha! Stupid sadness. Nah, we need sadness. Didn't that show teach? What was the movie with all the feelings? All I can think of is Despicable Me, and that's not the title. Why can't I think of the title? I only saw the movie once, so I don't remember. Anyway, the one with joy and sadness and despair. Inside Out. Thank you very much, Kate. Kate, who knows her Disney movies backwards and forwards. I have a piece of hair in my face that's driving me nuts. Okay, so I did my tarot card. Oh, haha, Little Witch and Wizard. So when Bianca signed my copy of Little Witch and Wizard, my allergies are bothering me today, so I'm going to wipe it out. Many people have that talent. They can name all the Disney movies. I live in Orlando. Most people can name the Disney movies. I'm the weird one in this town. So when Bianca signed my copy of Little Witch and Wizard, she mentioned the Ditch Witch in her autograph. And when we were first conceiving this book, I have this lovely little notebook that they gave me at, I don't even remember, Less Than Three or Rochester Teen or one of those book festivals. They gave me this little book and I love it. And obviously I love it. It's got a tree on it. But I have used it forever, especially when I want a tiny little book. Ooh, look, it even has my Ringling College of Art and Design name tag in it. Because Ringling College is amazing. So, yes. This book even has in it the original the original concept for Oz or Bust, which I wrote, I don't even know when. Sometimes I wish these pages had dates. But this says, Oz or Bust, middle grade book idea. Stranger Things meets Wizard of Oz. Kids on bikes, one gets taken to Oz. The rest chase storms trying to get to Oz to get him or her back. That's pretty much exactly what I'm writing. Yay, Oz or Bust. I also have in here the original notes that I took on all of Bianca's Witch and Wizard pictures, because she did the illustrations, she did the art before the poetry was done. And I did the poetry based on her artwork and the themes that she felt the artwork conveyed. So this was the first round of notes. I took 3 rounds of these notes with Bianca because there were many poems that I did not care for. There were poems that she did not care for. And ultimately, we had to come to an agreement on which poems would be acceptable for the book. So the poems that are in the book have been approved by both of us to not necessarily explain the art, but that complement the art, we shall say. But when I first started writing these, I did not have my poetry brain back. I had not written poetry in a very long time. And the one person that's watching this, which may still be Kate, will get to hear this poem, or anybody that comes to watch this later. So because I couldn't write poetry, the beautiful, effervescent words just wouldn't pop into my head. So I had to start small and ridiculous. So the smallest and ridiculous thing I could come up with was limericks. An example of a limerick is, like one of my favorites from Ogden Nash. There once was a lady named Harris, whom nothing could ever embarrass, till the bath salts one day in the tub where she lay turned out to be plaster of Paris. I love those poems. I love Ogden Nash. And limericks. Limericks are short and sweet and cute and have a very simple rhyme scheme. So I thought, all right, fine. I will just try to start exercising the poetry muscle again. And I wrote this this limerick. Now, to be fair, this limerick is ridiculous. However, Bianca still remembers it 2+ years later as the true beginnings of Little Witch and Wizard. Are you ready? Okay. There once were a wizard and witch who drove their car into a ditch. They were both snarking while she should have been parking. And he totally called her a beautiful creature of magic and light. I forgot about that. Oh no, plaster of Paris for flour. I guess plaster of Paris was a lot more ubiquitous back in the day than it is now. People don't just have plaster of Paris laying around, but back then, I guess, it was in everyone's home, plaster of Paris. I don't know why. For sculpting or wallpaper? What did we even use plaster of Paris for? I don't know. But yeah, sticking that in your food would definitely suck. Oh my gosh. These notebooks, I have so many notebooks. They're like little treasure troves of stuff. I call them my archives. Sometimes I will go through and post things on the Patreon for folks. Yes, I promised that I would post the Oz poem. You know what? Do I have that one? I can read you the Oz poem too. So I'm not going to use this one in the book because I realized that There's No Place Like Home is actually from the movie, and I wanted to write about Oz in the books. So I'm going to change this poem. Did I write? I also have all my notes that I took at SCBWI, so there's a lot of stuff in here. Opening image, Lewis, Ember, Dana. Dana is the big sister. She's named after Dana from our storm chasing group. All right, I thought I wrote it in here. Where the heck did I write that poem? Is this it? Wind-blown, rain-wet, tempest-tossed, a thing that was here now is lost. Whatever world you choose to roam, remember there's no place like home. It was kind of a magic spell sort of thing, but I can't use there's no place like home. That wasn't in the book. And I really don't want to evoke the movie. I don't want to seed the movie through this whole book, because then people will just be giving me presents of ruby red slippers, and I don't want ruby slippers as presents. If anybody gives me presents, I want silver slippers, because that's what was in Oz, or Ozma's diadem, because that is going to be in the book like the Orin in Neverending Story. That is my goal. All right. Is that everything? All right. Ralph 2 and I. Ralph 2, Ralph the second. Ralphio. Think of a name. Maybe Ralph will be his middle name. He's very dour. I love the checkers. His little, I guess that's his shirt. He's just very. We will be signing off. So love you very much. Mwah. Have a wonderful day. I will try to be on Facebook on Monday, and I will try to pop in again here on YouTube some other time before Monday. I don't have a set schedule for these yet. Maybe I'll try to do it on the weekend or after work. I know some people can pop in after work. So, all right. Love you all very much. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Mwah.